Hey there, in this video we will be covering about Python setup and installations. So the objective of this video is to download Anaconda with Python, and after downloading Anaconda with Python we want to open the Jupyter notebook provided by Anaconda and then explore all the notebooks that Jupyter provides. So what is Anaconda? Anaconda is a distribution of Python. It is made for data science and you can do everything that you have to do in data science in Anaconda. And Anaconda includes libraries we use for Python and data science. Almost all the things we need, Anaconda has it. So Anaconda is nowadays really popular because of its all-in-one toolkit for data science and machine learning. And once you go to Anaconda, you will see for yourself how and why it's really popular. Now, what is Jupyter or Jupyter Notebook? So Jupyter Notebook is a development environment for Python, short for IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So what you do in Jupyter is basically you write code, and those code can display images, and also with codes you can do markdowns. You can write down the description of what you are writing about. Let's say you are writing a document with codes and bunch of lines like an essay, but it's something to do with coding, right? Especially with Python. So what you can do is write code, and at the same time you can do markdown, like this line describes this or something, whatever you want to write, like an essay form. And then you can run your code, and Anaconda from Jupyter Notebook from Anaconda will be okay to run this code and display it. And also sometimes in data science we have to display images, graphs, and plots, and Jupyter Notebook is perfect for that because it works and it is made for that. More and more, Jupyter is becoming popular for data science, and almost everybody nowadays, the go-to for data science is to download Jupyter Notebook and use it. So in the work environment, you are most likely going to work in Jupyter Notebook, if not other tools, because Jupyter Notebook has it all. You don't have to go through other IDEs if you have Jupyter Notebook. And because of its greatness and great features that it provides for data science and Python in general, Jupyter Notebook is known in the field of data science and machine learning. Now, you can use any IDE you are comfortable with, but for this course and the courses I'm going to be making for Python, you have to use, or we are going to use Jupyter Notebook because of its dynamic features. But you can use any IDE you are comfortable with. But I would prefer you to use this. I'm not forcing you or anything, but if you use it, it will be easy to follow for you. Now, how do you download Anaconda? To download Anaconda, you basically just go to www.anaconda.com, their official website, and or you could do Google search Anaconda Python download, whatever is easy for you. I would do Anaconda Python download Google search because once in a while Anaconda always changes their website to a different look. So they always have the feature for downloading the Python Anaconda distribution, but you may see a website that I'm seeing right now. You may see something different from the time you are downloading, but it should be the same concept and features provided by Anaconda. They may add stuff, they may improve their website, but nothing dramatic will change, hopefully. So Anaconda has all the toolkits you need for downloading and using Python. Now we're going to go ahead and search for Anaconda Python download. And keep in mind, we are working with Python 3, so we are going to download something that is provided for Python 3. So after we search Anaconda Python download, we're getting this website and this results. So we're gonna go ahead and click on the first result, individual edition. Now, what do we see is that we see that it says that Anaconda is made for data science and it is the perfect toolkit for data science. And as you can see, there is a download button right here. It's going to be somewhere in this page when you are searching. And Anaconda here, just to give you a brief description, you don't only have to work with Jupyter Notebook. As you're moving on, you can work with a lot of tools that is provided by Anaconda for data science. So for now, what we are going to do is click on Install Anaconda right here. It should be at the end of the page, or it should be somewhere here in this page, Anaconda individual products. And all you have to do is just install Anaconda to get something like this. So we're going to go ahead and install Anaconda. It's going to take us to Anaconda installer. So usually the Anaconda installer page is at the end of the page, but there should be always a button that takes you there. So here you have to choose what is your operating system. So for me, I'm using a Mac. So I'm going to go ahead and download the graphic installer provided by Anaconda. I simply just click on this and Anaconda will install in my computer. So once Anaconda is installed in your computer, it will look something like this, where you can see that download is completed. You can always click on Show in Finder by just clicking on here and then saying Show in Finder, or you can just open your Finder for Mac especially. And once you click on Finder, it will take you to the Anaconda downloaded package. All you have to do is click on it, double click on it. So after I double click, it's going to say that the package will run a program to determine if the software can be installed. No problem, continue. After that, we will be continuing a few times just to see the agreements and everything. So you can read all this if you want to, just to understand what is happening. I have already tried reading it, so it should be okay. So here you have a license agreement and all these other steps you have to follow. So I'm going to go ahead and agree to the license agreement, and then this will take some space in your computer. Make sure you have the space available for your computer, or else Anaconda will not be installed in your computer. Now I know that I have all the spaces I need for installing Anaconda. So one of the things you have to have for downloading Anaconda is enough space, and after that you will also need some spaces for project creation when you are creating projects. So make sure you have a computer with enough storage that you can work on your projects. So I'm going to go ahead and click on install, and Anaconda will take its time and install in your computer. It should be quick. The installer may ask you a question about if whether or not you should allow Anaconda to access your files. Just say yes. So once Anaconda is downloaded, you can also download PyCharm, or you can just skip it. For us, let's just go ahead and continue. Now you'll hear this sound. Not to worry, that just means that you already installed Anaconda in your computer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and close this. The installation was successful, and you can move this installer to the trash. It doesn't matter because you already have installed Anaconda in your computer. Now to access, you just go to your all the apps wherever the applications are. For me, it would be here. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for Anaconda. I see it's right here. You can also find it in the Finder. Just go to Finder and go to Applications right here, and then go to Anaconda. So it should be right about here. So after you find Anaconda installer, right? Anaconda is right here, Navigator. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. I'm not sure if you can see these small icons. So right here is Anaconda Navigator. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. After I click on it, it's gonna take a little bit time, and it's gonna open, and you should see something like this popping up right here on your dock. Once it is installed, and it's going to show you this page, Anaconda Navigator. It's going to have a lot of applications: JupyterLab, Notebook, Qt Console, Spider, RStudio. So for this course and for the courses that are coming, we're going to be using something simple like Jupyter Notebook. So if you don't have it installed, you're gonna have something like that showing for you to asking you to install. So I already have installed this. So let me just install this just to give you an example. Once you click on it, it's going to install by itself. and once it's installed, you can click on launch like that. So I already have Jupyter Notebook installed, so I'm going to go ahead and click on launch. So once I click on it, it's going to open the terminal by itself. Not to worry, you don't have to do anything on the terminal. It should do everything by itself. Once it's done with terminals, once you have this page, localhost 888 /3, this is the local page for Jupyter Notebook. It is connected to your computer, projects, and directories. So whatever you do here will reflect in your computer directories. So all I see here are folders, and I see here notebooks. So every notebook that is opened in Jupyter, it usually by default goes to IPython notebook. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new notebook. Simply, I will just go ahead and create here new Python 3. So I'm in the notebooks, I'm the directory section, and to create a new notebook, all I have to do is click on new and Python 3. So if I click on new and Python 3, it's going to open a new page, a new tab, which is going to give me a command script line where I can write code, I can write markdown, I can do whatever I wish in this page right now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name it. So here I'm just going to name it test because I'm testing out. So this is a notebook. Whatever I write here is going to be a notebook, and this is by itself saved as IPython notebook extension. Okay, so you cannot open IPython notebook generally as a file other than Jupyter Notebook, just to keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on here, and I'm gonna do some action. First thing I'm going to do is do some calculations, like 4 plus 5. Now if I run this, it's going to be giving me an output. I can also do markdown by simply just going here and not saying code, saying markdown. So markdown basically means I can write like a heading. So I'm gonna go ahead and say test, and I'm gonna say enter. To run code, I simply just press shift and enter, and it's going to print me or give me the output as markdown. So here I have this line. I can change it to however I want. So if I need help, I can always click on help right here, and I can find help for markdown or coding. So here I am seeing all these tabs and tutorials that can help me with Jupyter Notebook. And also if I need shortcuts, I can click on this keyboard sign. It's going to open and give me all the shortcuts I need. So Jupyter Notebook is a great tool because of its features and its seamless functionality. And as you work on it, you will grow to love it. I hope you will enjoy Jupyter Notebook as much as I do. And I'm really happy that there is something like Jupyter Notebook out there for data science, because it makes life really easy for data scientists and Python programmers in general. This is it for this video. I will be covering more about Jupyter Notebooks and Python in the future videos.